What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. We are taking a deep dive into a concept that has never been on the channel before, and I've never really checked this knife out. I've handled it for maybe a few seconds several months back. You do get your standard concept 2-stage slider box. You get your paperwork, a microfiber cloth. You get your concept pouch. I like how they're doing their pouches. They're a little different than the zipper pouch. So the knife that we are taking a look at today is the Kim Ning designed Concept Cryo. Now this bad boy is coming in D2, but they did a black washed finish on this guy, and it looks very well done. Nice drop point blade, swedge going to the tip, little bit of jimping there. Edge feels pretty good. Lockup is sitting pretty at like 30% or so. Blade is nicely centered. Detent is tuned very well. Reverse flick, flipper tab, thumb flick. I like this cutout because you can get the reverse flick kind of down at the bottom of the cutout, or anywhere probably. Yeah, anywhere on the back there. More than likely down near the bottom though. And the thumb flick, you can kind of ride this up and then kick it out. So all three deployments work very good. And then you can do the old pinch and roll. Probably can't slow roll this. Yeah, you can slow roll it. Yeah, you can slow roll that guy out. Open construction. You do have two standoffs. You have circular internal milling in there for weight relief. Good access to the liner, and they put a nice chamfer on that guy. Look at that. Nice chamfer. Good job on that bad boy. Yeah, like I said, this is a knife that I've never really checked it out. I seen it, I pulled it out of the slip, and that was about it. I didn't really get a chance to handle it, even barely open or close it. So I figured I would get this guy out and give it the old once over. So drop point blade in D2, but they give you a nice black wash finish. You got multiple deployment options there with the cutout and the flipper. You're getting this soccer patterned G10 or a honeycomb looking pattern on the G10. It's got some nice texture to it. It's got some grip to it, so not bad at all. Lockup is solid. Nice neutral handle shape as well. I like the little swelling going on at the very back. Don't feel any hot spots on this guy. I can definitely feel the honeycomb pattern. You know, I can feel that as the grip there. You have steel liners, and they are inset into the G10, so it looks nice and clean. Very well done. Very nice, very clean looking. Yeah, that's nice. Pocket clip. You have a deep carry, steel rollover clip. It's not recessed, and neither are the clip screws, but it looks like they give you plenty of room in there. Yeah, retention feels pretty good on that clip. We'll give it the old spec check here. Let's get the new roller out, and we'll give this guy a go here. So you're getting like 3 3/8 of cutting edge, 3.5 inches total. And then you're looking at 7 7/8 right on the nose. A little strong even. 7 7/8, so pretty good size. Right kind of in the middle. A lot of people's wheelhouses. We'll get a little quick weight on this guy. It's not heavy at all. 4.1, 4.2 on the weight. While we're checking everything, let's get a quick reading on that blade stock. We are looking at probably 125, I'm going to guess. It's coming up 127, so hard to tell. Probably 126, 127. We'll pick a spot here to check the edge. And she's coming down around 12 thousandths, so not bad in that particular spot. 12 thousandths. We'll check the handle thickness here. Not real thick at all, coming in at 0.47. So not bad at all. We'll throw a few comparison knives here up against the old Cryo. I like this knife. It's and I'm sure it's not a real expensive knife. This is going to be more in Concept's budget range. You got the Para 3 and the PM2 here, the Warrenclyffe from Cutlery Shop. It's in the middle of both of them. You're getting as much blade on the PM2 as the PM2. A little bit shorter in the handle though. How about up against the Deca? The Deca. And the Deca is going to be a little bit smaller. How about the RSK from Hogue? That's a fairly comparable one right there. And then the Griptilian from Benchmade. Another comparable one there. And how about the 20.5? That is a very comparable comparison right there. So if you have an 80 20.5, that is going to be a very close one there. So a very simple design, but executed very well. I like the looks of it. The aesthetics are nice. I like that it has the multiple deployment options there with the cutout and the flipper. It's comfortable. The action is good. You know, for a liner lock, the sounds are pretty good. You get a nice positive lockup and a nice positive click on the close. You could definitely fidget with this guy all day long. Thumb, reverse, flipper tab, slow roll, pinch it out. You could fidget with this thing till your heart's content. So what's the price tag on these? These are going to come in right around 50 bucks or so. So that's pretty damn good. I mean, to get Concepts, build quality, you're still getting D2. Some people hate D2. A lot of people love D2. I'm of the opinion if the D2 is done right, and if I can get stone washed or black washed or some sort of coating, I'm fine with it, especially in the, $30, $40, $50 range. Much more than that, it would have to be something very appealing for me to want to spend more than like 50 to 55 on D2. But if you love D2 and, more power to you on if you want to spend a little bit more. So pivot, that's going to be a T10. And then it looks like the body screws will be T8. Yep, T8. And then the pocket clip screws, those are going to be T6. So you will need a T6, T8, and a T10. Yeah, T6 on the pocket clip. Double check that. Yeah, T10. So you'll need a 10, 8, and 6. Not the most ideal. I'd rather just T8 all the way around or a T10 and a T8. But not a huge deal. There's not a lot of hardware really. You pop these 3 screws off and you can get into the knife pretty easily. So really I guess you won't need the 6, to take this apart. 10 and 8, and pop this guy off, and you are in. So for 50 bucks though, this is a nice little design, kind of one that I missed. I didn't really ever take notice to this design or this knife. And Concept, in my opinion, they do a great job. They're really a sleeper company though, to me. They don't put out a ton of designs like maybe Kaiser, Civivi, CJRB. They do put new models out, but just not quite as often as some of these other companies. So they kind of take a back seat to some of these other companies that are just constantly pumping out knives. But the knives that Concept puts out, the ones that I've checked out, the ones I've heard about, they always seem to nail the design and the build quality. So, you know, they might be in the back seat as far as perception, but when it comes to the design and the build, they seem to nail every single one that I've checked out. I love the Goblin. I love the Main Street, you know, the Convict. So there's some knives from Concept that I really like. Why don't we see what that edge is hitting for? Not bad. Yeah, I mean, and, you know, cutting paper is not the only way to tell if a knife is sharp. If you can get it to, you know, if you can get it to bite in. So it feels pretty good. Definitely could be sharper, but it seems to be cutting very well. Especially that magazine paper can, you know, it's very thin. It's a pain in the ass. So if it's cutting that, it's pretty damn good. Another cutting element I've been trying to put on is how is it going to slice through cardboard, because a lot of people come into contact with cardboard that they need to break down, packages they need to open up, and it is taking care of business nicely. How about that tip? Yep. Tip is nice and pokey. Yeah. Nice and pokey on the tip. I've been trying to include a little bit more functional aspects in the videos. Let me know if that's something you want me to continue doing, you know, testing it on paper, cardboard. Let's, you know, checking out maybe how it carries, which we can do right now with our G-Ball Vision Hank here. Let's see how it slides over. Yep, goes right in. You'll have a tiny, tiny bit sticking out there. And then as far as pulling it out, yep, not bad at all. In and out should be pretty easy, even though it's not recessed. And even though the screws are not recessed, they give you plenty of clearance in there. And one last check. Yeah. Yeah. Let's check him. How does he do? Solid, baby. Nice and solid. That's good, man. So for 50 bucks, at least on this example here, you're going to get solid lockup. You're going to get decent ergos. You're going to get something that's easily carryable. Should come from factory with a decent edge, multi-deploying, D2 with the coating, and the black wash is nice. That'll, you know, take abuse pretty well. Good access to that liner. Good action. This is a nice solid little knife for the money. Concept Cryo. Love you guys. Hit the thumbs up button. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this guy. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, I'll catch you on the next one, baby.